Hey guys, check it out. Those of you that watch regularly, maybe you'll notice something different about the bike. It's pretty cool and I'm really excited about it. Love what it's done to how the bike feels and handles. I have a new set of drag bars installed on the front of this thing, so it's a little bit more aggressive in its crouch and seating position. It's probably a 3/4 tuck. Seated normally, not so much I'm putting a lot of pressure on my wrists, but a little bit easier to get down into it and feel more into the bike rather than sitting up on top of the bike. And I also put a couple bar end mirrors on and got rid of the stock antennas that were on there. And let me tell you, I don't miss those antennas one bit. So yeah, really cool mod. The bars cost me $18 and the bar end mirrors cost me $11. Hey guys, Leonine Shift, having a nice evening ride here in late October, and a lot of you who are regular viewers saw my video on the Daytona 675 versus the Gixxer 750 comparison, and that same day they asked me to take a look and take a ride on their Street Triple, another 675 twin, or excuse me, triple engine. So who am I to say no to taking a ride on a cool bike like that? So I took him up on it. It does sort of feel like Lagertha. Oh, wow. It's got some pep. I want to wheelie it. Oh yeah, this thing likes to turn. And I kept my cam on, not really thinking about it at the time. But it came to me as I was riding it, bike felt a lot like the FC. It had a similar seating position, similar comfort, even some of the same riding characteristics from the engine. So, you know, I thought about it. You know, it might be a useful comparison video. So without further ado, here it is. So let's get into the particulars of those two bikes. It's a detuned 675cc triple, much like the Daytona. It's got a little bit more torque than the Daytona 675, but a little less top end. When comparing this to the FZ-07, I would say that it has noticeably more top end. I think it's got 90 to 100 horses at its top, and a bit less torque, and you notice that too. It seems like you got to wind it up to about 5,500, or you know, at least 5,000, somewhere in there, to get into its power band. Whereas the FC, it seems like to me, really at 3,500, you're pulling hard, and pulls really hard up to about 8,500. So, as you might expect from a triple as opposed to a twin, you got to wind it up a little bit more to get into your horsepower, but there's more horsepower to get to when you get there. So I don't really, you know, that's just, there's no advantage one way or advantage the other way. It's what you want in your bike. The brakes, I believe the triples stock brakes are slightly superior to the FZ-07s. I'm definitely going to give them the nod there. The transmission, nice and smooth. Didn't get a chance to run it at top speed because of the route that I was on, but I suspect it would perform admirably up there. Very, very smooth, very nicely done. The FZ's transmission's awesome too. I think they're both solid there. Don't really see a big distinction. The suspension, the Street Triple itself has a very basic suspension. Not a lot of adjustability to it, much like the FZ-07. And I think it was a little bit firmer than the FZ, so I'm going to give it a slight advantage because I do believe the suspension of the FZ-07 is, without a doubt, its weakest link. As a side note, if you get the Street Triple R, and I think it's about $1,000 more than the Street Triple, you can get the fully adjustable high and low speed compression, rebound, damping, all that adjustment, just like a Super Sport. I think it's $1,000 more. So as far as I'm concerned, if you're looking at the bike, I would go for the R just for the suspension upgrades alone. I think it's a value there. If you don't think it matters, or you're a really light rider, or the style of riding, your suspension's probably never going to be an issue, then no need to go for it. But if you're a track person, or you think you might want to do some spirited riding and just play with the suspension, it's a real value. I truly wish the FZ-07, there was an FZ-07R version that had the upgraded suspension. So anyway, I guess that's the rundown of that bike. It's a really fun bike, a really great bike. I feel like it has a lot more in common with the FZ-07 than it does in contrast. But well, I guess there was one other thing I should talk about, and that's the price. And that's one where the FZ wins hands down. The MSRP on the 2015 FZ-07 is $7,000 or $69.90, and the MSRP on the Street Triple is I want to say it's like $88, and the upgraded version of it is $94 or I don't know. It's like $85 to $95. Probably put up a graphic for this part of the discussion. I'll say this: you're probably going to have a better. Probably about a wash on aftermarket parts between the two bikes as well, because while the FZ is selling a lot of bikes and it's selling like hotcakes, it's a relatively new bike. So the manufacturers don't, it's just now starting to get to where you can get aftermarket parts in a good way. Anyway, if you're looking at these two bikes and I didn't touch on something that you got a question about, feel free to put them in the comment section or hit me up, whatever. I hope this helps you. I'll see you guys around. Until next time. Later.